Hello everyone and welcome to CSGO Theory. Today I'm going to talk about T-side defaults. More precisely, one default. I've been already recording stuff and I realized the videos really get too long. I've been sitting here having videos in a length of 20 minutes and I think that's just way too long, so I'm going to split things up. I'm going to start with the default, then I'm going to show a video in one video how to execute stuff, and then I'm going to do the same thing on CT, show CT defaults, CT aggression, and then CT retakes. Let's get right into it. I don't want to waste too much time. So, as I said, T-side default this video, and what I'm going to show you is a very standard default. You send two guys towards IV, one guy is going to sit main, and you send two guys towards B. I'm going to show what every player does in particular, and I'm going to start off with the Ivy guys. The first one is going to be a rifler, and he's going to go close to the box, sit here and wait like this for at least 5 seconds, like let's say 5 to 8 seconds, just to make sure no one is pushing Ivy, because if the CTs push Ivy with a flashbang, you usually don't really have a chance as a terrorist. You are in a very uncomfortable spot like this. That's where you basically fight them and they run out and you have to flick. All they have to do is pre-aim you like this. They have the easy shot onto you, and also you have to turn from a flashbang, so you don't really want to risk that. And all you do is sit here for 5 seconds, wait for CT pushes. If CT is pushing, then you can swing out and take duels like this with the support of your second player, which is going to be the AWPer, and he's going to sit right here holding for pushes as well. And I recommend you to actually leave him the first shot, because he should have, if he does not miss his shot obviously, he's gonna have an easy entry frag. That's an easy kill in my opinion. So yeah, leave him the first shot and then you can peek out and fight with him. So yeah, basically you sit like that for 5 seconds and then you push up with flashbang support of your teammate, which I'm going to show in a bit. You push up and you sit just like here, basically like this. The flashbang your teammate's going to throw, looks like this. He's going to come close to the wall and then just aim above these bins onto the light part, throw it, and the flashbang basically prevents anyone of shooting you, because they're going to be blind. Actually, yeah, it depends on how high you throw it. Then even guys close to the wall won't be able to dodge that flash. Yeah, and that's when you can decide to actually peek, or just push up with it and be safe. I actually recommend you to peek the close angles, like up to there, and even clear it with a Molotov, because that would be a free kill basically, but don't peek the long angles. Just in case there's an AWPer sitting there, leave that job to your AWPer, who's going to push up as well, and basically sit here, and with a flashbang he can even peek towards the long angles. So that's what you do on Ivy, and as soon as you crossed to the side, somehow with a smoke, even with a flashbang, the default is finished on Ivy. I'd recommend you to not throw your own smoke in order to cross, but instead bait out a smoke of the opponent. So basically flash, take some shots, as I said, molly close, fight that, and the opponent's gonna be smoking eventually, and that's when you can cross. If CT is going aggressive with a smoke, you should be aware of that. There is the possibility of them throwing this smoke, and then they usually boost like this. So you should peek that with the flashbang of your teammate, which stands there. Peek that, swing wide, and then try to kill that guy. Now the player who's going A main, all he has to do is basically wait for the, I'd say, first 10 seconds, maybe 15 even, and just hold the angle like so, and listen for pushes. If the opponent is pushing, and you know it's going to be a main push and not just push close to these angles, I'd recommend you to fall back actually and play this angle. That's an off angle, no one really checks that actually. If you come out, you basically run out like this, and then this guy who's sitting here has the first shot, and he can even retreat that little bit until he's like here. So yeah, fall back to this angle and fight them from here. Also, if you hear people pushing close, that's very good info which you can basically give to your team, and yeah, you can build on top of that. Yeah, but your main task in A main is to just prevent anyone from pushing in, getting to this spot, or this one, like in that corner. Yeah, and you do that by sitting here like so, and then once in a while get on that wooden crate thing and just peek on top of the trains maybe, jiggle back 6. Yeah, and with jiggling back 6 you see these spots as well. Yeah, and do that every once in a while, but I'd recommend you to sit right here the first 15 seconds just in case someone is rushing you. Now the B players, they probably have the hardest job. There's 2 different ways of approaching B. The first one is fast, the second one is rather slow. I'd recommend you to only use the fast way if you know you can handle the CTs, and use the slow way if the CTs start pushing you a lot and have a high success rate doing so. So yeah, the fast way, you run past the CETA and you aim on the ground like right there where this opening to the left is, and you throw the flashbang. It'll bounce on the ground once and it will flash anyone pushing up the ramp. When you do that, you run up. I'm going to show you once again. You run up, throw the flashbang, jump down and instantly molly the big ramp, so that no one can peek you from right there. And that's when you advance. As soon as the Molotov is up, you jiggle lower ramp. Be careful, people like to sit there. You can also, if you want to double peek it, someone's peeking from here and someone's peeking from here. That would actually, if someone's standing it right there, it will guarantee you the first entry. But you might lose a player as well, so it's up to you. And then you advance and basically hold this angle, so that no one can push from the big ramp. And then your teammate just holds this angle, or from here if you don't want to be picked from the big ramp. You still have to worry about Popdog though, and that's what your second teammate is doing. He's not running with you, he's going through the showers, he's gonna shoot open the windows, and then he can, if you want to go fast, molly Popdog and just advance with you right here. Then he can peek the small ramp while you peek from right here. If you want to play it slow, you basically do the same thing. You also run up here and throw this flashbang. Oh, I failed it. Throw this flashbang because you just want to avoid anyone from pushing you. Yeah, and by flashing them, you just push them back basically. And what your other player is doing, he's again pushing through the showers, shooting open the windows, and then he can decide to either molly Popdog and just leave it, or take Popdog by flashing. You basically crouch and get against a wall and just aim like where the walls meet, the ceiling and the wall. And you flash like this, and it's gonna pop flash anyone sitting here. And then you go down and try to take Popdog. Or if you don't want to do that, you can just sneak right here. As I said, play it slow, wait for pushes. If people push, don't force anything. Try to stay alive and get the frags. Oh, damn. Yeah, and your teammate just comes here, jiggle peeks the big ramp, and as soon as you want to go out, he basically throws a flashbang for you, like that, I'd recommend, or like that, which is going to flash the small ramp, as well as someone who might be sitting right there. And then you can swing out here, and yeah, basically molly that if you still have your molly and not use it on onto Pop Dog, and push up and do the same thing once again and take up a re. The most important part though is to try stay alive, obviously, but on train it is even more important to stay alive in the beginning and not hunt any frags, because train is a very execute heavy map. You're gonna get your frags when actually entering the site, and you don't really need any early entries. These are just slight bonuses, I'd say, which make your life easier. But overall you want to stay alive so that you have the maximum manpower to actually execute onto a site. And also you need quite a lot of grenades, like smokes, flashbangs, mollies, to execute a bomb site. And these are stuff, things, nades, whatever, I'm going to show in the upcoming videos, in the execute videos. So how to execute A side, how to execute B side. Yeah, I'm going to show that in upcoming videos. Till then, have a good day.